What's up, everyone? Welcome to Tuck Notes Beginner Stock Talk. My name's Tucker, and tonight we'll be talking about Tesla stock. And coming up, we'll be covering what the price point levels are for what the price point levels can Tesla bounce back up to the upside. We'll go over the recent Elon Musk sales that he's done yesterday, that he did, and how many shares he sold. We will go over what to expect for Elon Musk's what to expect after he's fully sold all the shares. We were going to go over the important economic reports that are coming up tomorrow. I thought it was today. That's tomorrow. And then what to expect for the overall stock market, and the bullish and bearish cases for Tesla stock that a new analyst that you'll be seeing a short video clip that raises concerning about Tesla stock. And so with that, Tesla stock closed today at $958. It's 0.8% down, which is $7.90. I like saying that because it gives me an idea of the percentages. So it opened today and it went straight down like a hill, and then it did a rumble tumble, and then in the afternoon it kind of had a little bounce up to 970-ish almost, and then it finally closed back at 958. So what happened to the overall stock market and compared to Tesla today? Basically, other big tech companies like Microsoft have been selling off significantly. Microsoft sold off somewhere between 3 and 4%. That's a lot. And other companies too, which I'm not like too specific on, but like Apple and Google, but those are the big ones. I think only companies that made a little bit of money were like the financial stocks and a few others, a few other sectors, but nothing too like special. Coming up this week, we have at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the FOMC, which you'll have to Google that, announcement's coming up for tomorrow. And then at 2:30 p.m., there'll be a press conference with Federal Chairman Colin Powell, who I told you he's the guy that basically runs our wallets of our stocks for America. And that will be actually just to give us people that live on the California side at 11 a.m. Expect some volatility tomorrow, and it'll happen around, for Californians, 11 a.m. is the meeting, is this FOMC announcement, and then at 11:30 is when he's gonna give out his numbers about inflation and things like that. And like I said in the previous video, that really affected the stock market last time, and so we'll see how this happens this time. Maybe it won't get as shaken up. Maybe it will. We don't know. And so you never know what they're going to say and what their plans are, how much they're going to increase interest rates. So this is like this is stuff I didn't pay attention to last year, but this is really important stuff to pay attention to, because this is the stuff that sells your stocks. Even if you're not buying Tesla, whatever you own, it goes down, it's because of this guy. Well, not this guy, but what he has to do for his work. So that's important. So expect some volatility tomorrow. News on Elon Musk and on his selling of his shares from yesterday. he sold about 169, he likes that 69, 169,111 shares at $992, which is a total of 168 million dollars. So, and he also exercised his options of buying Tesla stock too. Not options, but buying Tesla stock. So that's an important thing to know too. Moving forward, how many shares does he have left remaining? How many does he have? Has he sold? He has 70% sold, and he has the 30% remaining now. Which, to give you an idea, that's 5 million shares. So that's enough to lower the price. So we're getting close to the end of the Elon Musk sale, and once that's finished, we'll hopefully expect to see some bounce back up from there. We got different analysts saying different things about Tesla stock, like their price points or price figures are like much higher than 900. They think it's 1,000 or more than that. And there's others that are stating that it's slightly a neutral fair price, or maybe a little bit, it could get a little more bearish. So we're going to watch a video on what this new analyst, who's I just said he's slightly neutral and bearish, and his main concern is there's going to be a lot of competition, obviously, coming up in the next years, in a couple of years, and how's that information going to affect to the Tesla stock? Like Apple, they're coming out with some car stuff, and so we might see some competition, or he thinks Tesla stock might lose some of its market share. So the valuation of Tesla stock right now should not be as high as it is. That's his opinion. So we'll watch this video, and then after that, I will go into what I think, what someone else and me thinks he's wrong about, and why, and what two other positive things to expect. So here we go.
It's a combination of the three. It's Elon Musk selling a lot of stock. Obviously, the company's largest shareholder, he owns about 20% of the company. So it's really hard to buy when he is just unloading as much stock as he has been over the last month or so. It's increasing competition from the likes of Rivian, Lucid, and traditional automakers who are dramatically increasing their investments in electric vehicles. And there's other factors such as the semiconductor issue, chip shortages, and supply chain issues, which we see lingering well into 2022.
But the first one you mentioned, which are his sales, are nothing fundamental about the stock. So if I were a buyer and I liked it for all the other reasons, his sales would be a gift. It gives me an entry point 20% lower than what I would have had a few weeks ago.
We think that's right. However, we think the stock was overextended to the upside, and it still is. The valuation, in our views, is still hard to justify. Still trading north of 100 times our 2023 earnings estimate. So that's still a multiple. We're still cautious. We have a hold on the stock. It's still slightly above our price target. However, we do think the valuation is becoming more interesting here following this sell-off.
We're at 940. Remind me what your price target is.
It's 875.
And 875 means, while we could have a little bit more downside, you're starting to see this valuation making sense to you. So then what do you think we should consider in terms of the legitimate competitive pressures from something like Rivian? On the one hand, Motor Trend's car of the year. On the other hand, they're a minnow compared to how big Tesla is.
Sure. We still think Tesla has major competitive advantages longer term. When you look at their goal being to grow their annual auto volumes by a factor of 40 over the 500,000 autos that they sold in 2020. So they want to grow that to about 20 million units a year in the year 2030. So we think they have a significant cost of capital advantage. However, what you are seeing from the Lucid Air, for example, is a product with specs that are on par or even superior to a Tesla product, which we haven't seen in the marketplace until recently.
Absolutely. And maybe it's a preview of what's to come. But then they did just announce, or maybe it was a Musk tweet where he said Cybertruck's now going to be a quad motor. Are they going to be able to just keep up with all of these new features competitors are offering?
It's going to be difficult. And you look at Tesla's market share of the US EV market, they have close to 80% market share of all electric vehicles sold in the US. It's hard to imagine that market share growing any further from here. And that's really where Tesla has excelled over the last 5 or 6 years, is growing that market share dramatically and becoming the major player. But you're going to have a lot more competition. You're seeing it now, and you're going to have a whole lot more competition showing up.
So there you have it. That is your take on one analyst, and I do kind of agree with what he says too. Also, however, there are some things I would go over the Wyckoff graph distribution, but where are we now? So we watched the video, and now, so we're gonna go back and talk about the main concern, or basically, I'm going to explain the points of why he might be wrong. And Tesla is, so basically it's dominating the American stock market, or the American market, EV market. There's major EVs sold, the majority of them that are sold in America are Tesla cars. It was very So if Tesla might get some competition, but they need to expand, these other EV companies, they need to expand. They need to have multiple factories, not only in the US, but all over the world. You know, right now, 2022, Tesla's got Berlin. We have the one in Texas, China. And so by the time, you know, these other EV companies get to being up to a company, a solid company, Tesla's gonna be already at a point where they can start lowering their costs of their cars and, you know, be what their label is, and just lower the costs of living, basically, kind of in a nutshell. So you know, the problem that we're having right now, and this is important for people to know, is that, and me to know, is that people are ordering their Teslas, but it's taking forever for it to show up at their, wherever they, you know, it's supposed to get dropped off. And that has to do with, you know, where it's being produced. I'm not going to say anything at all about that, but we do have, the positive side is that we have, so there is a lot of demand and little supply. And so when that happens, I think a lot of people know what happens as the price goes up. And that's why Tesla's gone up, and it might be seen overvalued, like the analyst said. However, it is and it isn't. So there's, right now, you know, yes, it could get to hit 875, but I don't think it'll be 875 next year. You know, all we need is, we're looking at getting that gap filled between 950 and 900 right now. And there, you know, if Elon can, so 2 weeks, if Elon can sell these shares, complete all his shares by the end of the year, and with some time to spare for Tesla to bounce back up, and it stays above $900, we've got a shot at, you know, having a Santa Claus rally and Tesla bouncing up to $1,000 at least, for sure. You know, over the next couple of weeks. But you know, there's more to be seen, and you know, you never know how low stocks can go. And Tesla, you know, like I said, can bounce back. And even if it drops below $900, I still believe it will have a very good chance at having a Santa rally, meaning it will bounce back up. So I forgot to say, would you guys subscribe to my channel? This is too late. You're probably not watching it, but if you would, I'd like that. And viewers, keep watching. You guys rock. Thank you for the new subscribers. And thank you guys for just watching Tuck Notes and giving me more confidence in presenting this information to you. So good night.